young boy named Tajik, hiding from the controller, finds no other way out but to jump off the train on the move. He is accidentally spotted by a girl named Ermino, who got out of the car to wait for the train to pass. The young man goes home to his little sister. After a long separation, he buys her favorite ice cream and fashions himself, finding some perfume in his backpack. The sister, half naked, swings open the door, not hiding her disappointment, and invites her brother in. She is going on a date, coldly accepts the gift bag, and casually remarks that her brother has grown up. As if flirting, Anka kisses her brother and asks him if he loves her. Tajik looks out of the window, seeing his sister and her new boyfriend Andrei. The room that once belonged to him turns out to be locked. He peeks through the opening, seeing that there are piles of boxes stored in it. A little later, he does a little rearranging in his sister's room and settles down contentedly in a chair. Late at night, Anka returns with his companion, drunkenly tipsy. They burst into the room. The sister sends her brother to sleep in the kitchen. Tajik is angry, but can't do anything about it. In the morning, he wakes up to a rustling in the kitchen, and seeing Andrei, pretends to be asleep. However, the latter is not embarrassed in the least, sits down next to the sleeping young man and notices with understanding that Tajik does not like his sister's suitors. However, Andrei is sure that soon they will become friends, as they will become one family. At breakfast, his mother asks how long his brother will stay. She does not believe that he came only for the summer vacation. Afterwards, she emphasizes that he no longer lives here, so he can't move the furniture as he pleases. She also blames her sister, as she is the one who has driven him as far away as possible. Wanting to end the conversation, Anka talks about her serious plans with her new boyfriend, while stating that she is happy with him. Lastly, she throws some change on the table and asks to be woken up for the evening. In the courtyard, Tajik meets girls. Among them, he recognizes Armena, but she does not pay much attention to him. Only when he leaves, the girl tells her friends that one day this guy will become her husband. On the way home, Armena changes her tight jeans since she lives in a gypsy neighborhood. She has guests in her house, and according to her mom, important guests from England, so they socialize in the kitchen. Suddenly, 3 men run into their neighborhood, smashing windows in houses, smashing cars. The car of the guest from England is also hit. Meanwhile, Anka brags to her brother about a new dress she can't afford, but really wanted to try on. A little later, she also prepares a delicious dinner. Anka jokes, in whom does he have such talent? After all, Mom was inept. The guy suggests that perhaps they are not related at all, they have different fathers. So maybe the mothers are different. Anka did not like such a joke, and she suggests that he leave the apartment if they are strangers to each other. Tajik worries that he bothers his sister with his presence, and his room is occupied by Andrei's things, because of which the guy simply has nowhere to sleep. Giving in to nostalgia, the guy looks at family photos where he and his sister are still small. Especially his attention is attracted by the semi-nude pictures of his adult sister, on one of which he scrutinizes her breasts. In the morning, right in the corridor of the apartment, Tajik finds 2 guys putting books into boxes. His room has been vacated. Andrei has taken care of it, as Anka has decided that his brother will stay with her for the time being. Andrei declares that he shouldn't have occupied Tajik's room and urges the guy that he should fight for everything that is precious to him. However, the guy is a pacifist by nature. His mother was a hippie and hung out with a punk, and his grandparents are from another existence. After a soccer game with his old buddies, Tajik makes inquiries about Andrei. It turns out that his sister's new boyfriend has connections everywhere. He even got money from the European Union to build a new stadium. He's also married with 2 kids. Let's talk some sense into the sister. Tajik does not hesitate to call Andrei a liar, who promises to marry Anka without even intending to divorce her. Anka, furious, retorts that she is called Tajik's aunt and knows that he has failed his exams. It turns out that he deceived her and did not come for the summer, but with the intention of moving in and living. Anka demands that her brother pack his things and leave. And when Tajik asks her not to talk to him like that, she turns his bed upside down and shows her negligee, calling her brother a pervert. Also, all he wanted was for him and his sister to have things the way they used to be. At this point, they are distracted by the doorbell ringing. The man checks the meter readings and gives the girl a final warning as she is not paying the bills. Watching Tajik packing her things, the girl feels guilty and admits that she regrets her behavior. In the past, she shouldn't have kicked her brother out when she put him in the care of strangers. Afterward, they hug and cry. At the market, Tajik meets Ermino again. She offers to read his hand and tells him that everything is going wrong for him. In between, she does not forget to mention that she will soon become his wife. At home, the guy finds Andre indulging in carnal pleasures with some blonde. The guy runs out into the yard and shouts loudly, attracting everyone's attention and pointing at Andre, laughing that the man has brought his mistress to the bride's house. At this time, Anka comes in and drives Andre away in tears. At night, her brother comes to her and lies down next to her. Her sister is tired, rubs his hair, and then asks him to return to her room. The next day, Tajik brings the rest of Andre's belongings to his guys at the base. He deliberately emphasizes that he comes from another existence and is clearly pleased that he has defeated his sister's suitor. Anka takes the ice out of the fridge in tears. The electricity has been cut off for non-payment. Tajik gives her all the money he has and promises to get more, but a broken Anka only asks him to leave her alone. Tajik starts working part-time and meets Ermino. The girl guesses that the guy really needs money and offers him her help. A little later, wanting to please his sister, Tajik shines all her shoes. Coming after work, Anka changes clothes in her room and notices her brother watching her. While preparing breakfast, the guy again promises his sister to earn money. Anka, however, takes his words as childish. The next day, the boy comes to the Gypsy neighborhood, but he is immediately surrounded by local boys. To the rescue comes Ermino, threatening everyone with the fury of his father. The girl knows how to get the money. And with the onset of darkness, they together sneak into the warehouse, from where the guy takes away the largest Turkish carpet to sell it at the market. Having learned from a local merchant that more than 300 and do not proceed, Ermino takes matters into his own hands and cunningly proves that the carpet is made of the purest sheep's wool, but still Tajik is still a little short of the full amount. The girl promises to return to him in an hour. At home, Armina again helps her mother with the guests. She has long attracted the attention of a gypsy from England, who is interested in her studies and her favorite subject, finding strange the desire of the gypsy girl to become a doctor. Upon learning this, the men at the table laugh, and the girl in the kitchen drops tears because her mother doesn't protect her at all. Having taken out the missing sum from the home stash, the girl goes to Tajik. The guy promises that from now on the girl can always count on his support. Happy and satisfied with himself, Tajik watches his sister from a neighboring entrance, who suddenly discovers that the apartment has electricity. He returns home and delights his sister with her favorite pistachio ice cream. Suddenly, Rumina, who really needs someone to talk to, appears at his house. However, Tajik interrupts the girl with the words that he is busy now and suggests that she meet him tomorrow. Back at home, he enters his sister's bathroom and climbs naked on top of her. Anka protests and tries to kick her brother out, which causes Tajik to be slightly perplexed, as she had not minded before. Unable to sleep, she goes to her brother and wakes him up with a light touch. She is upset that he no longer wants to be her brother, and that this is not normal or right. He also confesses his love to her, telling her that he no longer wants to be ashamed of his feelings. Together they indulge in their forbidden and mutual desires. Carefree, completely happy guy wanders through the shopping center and meets Andre. A little later, with a smile on his face, he comes out of the store with the very dress in which Anka once flaunted. With all his legs, the guy runs home, silently enters the apartment. He disconnects the wires from the intercom, taping them with chewing gum. Meanwhile, Andre's car pulls up to the house. The Tajik is already waiting for him, assuring him that Anka has left and there is no one in the house. The intercom is silent, so Andre leaves. A little later, Tajik buys 2 movie tickets, wanting to get his sister out of the house. When he returns, however, he finds Andre in the kitchen. The brother gives his sister a scandal, threatening to kill him or kill himself. After a while, Andre, accompanied by Anka, attend an event in honor of the opening of the stadium. And during the evening celebrations, Anka dances with an official, who begins to dissolve his hands. The girl informs Andre about this, and the latter only cares that this man will soon become a minister, after which he promises him a good place in the electoral list. Anka gets angry and goes to the restroom. Andre follows her, insisting that she go to the hotel with this man. The girl understandably does not agree, and Andre abruptly grabs her by the hair, claiming at the same time that then they will all go together. However, at the car it turns out that Andre is not going to go with them after all. As a result, Anka slaps her fiancé, chases the man out of the cab, and goes home. The brother sees all this and runs home, wanting to comfort his sister. The girl doesn't want to see anyone, slams the door in his face and cries alone. Meanwhile, a wedding is being celebrated in the gypsy neighborhood. Hermina is married to a gypsy from England. Her whole family is happy except for her. At the height of the fun, vandals throw flammable mixtures on the celebrants and leave the scene in a hurry. Near the railroad, Tajik meets one of these guys. Upon hearing what they have arranged, Tajik throws himself at the guy with fists. Next, we see the guy going to the place where they used to spend time with Ermina. After a while, the girl in the wedding dress shows up as well. Ermina accuses the guy of ignoring her at a time when she needed him the most. But now she's married and hates Tajik for it. After giving the guy his first and last kiss, the girl says goodbye to him and leaves. Already in the morning, Tajik returns home. Hanka informs him that his things are already packed, hesitantly puts a container of ice cream on the table, and then holds out a spoon to him. You were on the channel on Recap Roman. Don't forget to subscribe and put a like to not miss new videos.